gentlemen, welcome to the main event.
Welcome to WHW Monday. Tony Schiavone and Conrad Thompson.
Jim Crockett for Starcade, 605 NWA. TV title, Cajun Omni, the Bunkhouse Stampede. Flair and Horseman, Garvin, Bogey, Magnum, Dusty, Express Tag Team. Turner, Bond, and Mid-South Joint World Championship Wrestling.
Talking about the great years of World Championship Wrestling, the NWA, and Jim Crockett Promotions.
Tony and Friends North, they win. Look, Schiavone's back again. World title split off center stage. Bischoff, Disney, Hogan, and Nitro. New World Order and the Crow. Thunder, Russo, Arquette, Champ, Vinnie, Matt, simulcast. Tony's back with Conrad, not your classy podcast. Watch along, try not to laugh. Lowest rules can't pass. This wasn't the initial plan. Tom Zigg's a good-looking man. Klondike Bill, make a chant. Tommy, you come over here.
What happened when? WHW Monday. And now, let's go to the ring. And here's your co-host. Hey, it's Conrad Thompson.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson, and you're listening to What Happened When? With the voice of our childhood, Tony Schiavone. Tony, what's going on, man? How are you?
Hey, Conrad. How are you, bud?
Man, I am good, better than I deserve. I am so excited. StarCast Week is here. If you haven't already, make your plans to join us in Chicago. Everybody who's anybody is in Chicago this week, including the one and only Tony Schiavone. And you're bringing all your friends, whether it's Sting or Mick Foley. That'll put some butts in the seats. You got to be in Chicago. Join us, starcast.com. If you can't make the trip, no big deal. Go ahead and hook it up and join us online, starcastonfight.com. And of course, on Saturday, it's arguably our main event. Man, CM Punk is doing something in wrestling again. Can you believe it?
That's something. That's quite a coup. It really is to get CM Punk to do something, because that's not an easy thing to do, as you know, and that's big news, man. I've talked to him just a couple of times, and to see him back doing this is a pretty big deal.
It is a big deal, and we hope you'll join us. Bruce, take your pills! And we hope you'll join us this week in Chicago. I guess that's tomorrow if you're listening on Wednesday. By all means, make plans to join us. You'll be glad you did. It's starcastonfight.com. You can watch anywhere in the world, both live or on demand, with unlimited replays. And the world is going to be talking about what happens at StarCast. It's firing up your WWE network to August 25th, 1997. We're going way back for a Monday Nitro. So believe it or not, this happened 22 years ago yesterday. And the reason we picked this one, of course, is this is the very famous My Spot promo with Arn Anderson, and something we don't often do here on the show. We're going to lay out for a little bit of that and just let you hear Arn, spill his guts. One of the most memorable promos of all time. So without further ado, fire it up. WCW Monday Nitro. It's from August 25th, 1997. You want to give us a little bit of a countdown? You think we got a tag team partner here?
Let's bring in the first lady of Blue Chew herself, Lois Schiavone.
It's another podcast, which means another countdown. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, play.
Man, I just love this old open. I know that, I say it every time, but it's just, it takes me back to, what was great about WCW and Mondays. And I'm going to play a little audio here so people can hear it. I don't know why that was so good, but it is, man. Nitro in 1997, 1996 was good, but 1997 was just so hard to beat. Every week was appointment television, and you're getting everybody fired up, and the pyros coming out, and much less spectacular, shall we say, than a lot of the other pro wrestling setups and openings and all that we've seen. But for whatever reason, this is still probably my favorite. And here you are at the announce desk, and we've talked about this before, but it's been a little while. Tell everybody your reasoning and rationale for where you like to sit when you're calling a show, because you've sat absolute ringside, right up against the ring skirt and the canvas of the ring. And then you've sat in this sort of nitro position away from the ring a considerable amount and not even facing the ring.
I liked it here because, first of all, I didn't want to get hit, especially if we had somebody like Vader around, right?
Right.
And the guy's fucking nut, and who knows what he would do. I thought we had a good backdrop. The fans were not right up against us to where they were mugging to the camera. And we didn't need to see the action in the ring because what you need to do as announcers is watch the monitor. And you need to watch what the fans are watching. That's what you call, not what you're seeing, because you may have your attention diverted somewhere else. That's why it always kind of blows me away that, I cover SEC football, and they always make sure that television is right at the 50-yard line to where they can see anything. They don't need to. Those motherfuckers can do it in a locker room with a monitor. They don't need to be there. As a matter of fact, ESPN now has been taking some of their broadcast teams for basketball and having them go to the studio in Charlotte and call the games. So anyway, back to that. That's why I always kind of liked it there. And I thought it was a good look, man. I mean, that Nitro set isn't it kind of legendary now, that Nitro set?
No, absolutely. It's so legendary that you've promised me a piece of it for a while and not sent it. Now let's see what we're looking at here. This is a shot of Sting in the rafters. It's dark. They've, I guess Sting has quote unquote fucked with the lights, but of course he's not near the switches. Instead, he's got a giant bird on his arm. And, this bird was written about by the dirt sheets and specifically the, Death of WCW book. I think they documented how much it costs to get this bird piece of business done. What do you remember about this bird angle?
The only thing I remember about this bird angle is that somebody's got a laser pointer on it. The only thing I remember about this bird angle is that I noticed the bird for the first time ever when I saw this monitor. I had no idea he had a bird until I saw it. So how much did this bird cost?
It was a lot.
It's a fucking buzzard.
Yeah. It's a bird of prey.
No, it's a fucking buzzard.
He's here to pick the bones of the NWO.
A fucking ugly ass buzzard is what it fucking was.
I mean, listen, I appreciate that they're trying something.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
I guess we should tell everybody that what we just saw right there, the bird angle. Mm-hmm. Do you remember where that was from?
Yeah, Columbia, South Carolina.
No, we're in Columbia, South Carolina right now for the wrestling matches. That was the last Clash of the Champions you just saw. So, the first Clash of the Champions started with Ric Flair and Sting putting on a clinic that was quote unquote 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But the last Clash of the Champions, there's a buzzard. Is that not like poetic?
That is poetic. That is poetic. And you know what's funny here is we're looking back at the Clash of Champions. They're scared of a fucking buzzard.
He's here to pick the bones.
All these big guys, all these powerful guys, they're scared of the buzzard. They're scared he's going to shit on them or something.
Not Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff, Karate Man. He makes the approach, pulls a note out.
Yeah.
I guess Sting couldn't send emails back then. How about Kevin Nash going to hit the bird with a fucking tag belt? This is where we are.
Well, we were hot back then, so I guess we could get by with anything. Fucking buzzard.
You didn't like that?
Well, it was ominous. It was creepy. It was scary, So, anyway, so here we are, Columbia, South Carolina. This is the best place to have this with Arn Anderson because he was, obviously in the Carolinas with the Crockett's. He was such a legendary performer. And the Horsemen, I mean, that was their home territory. They couldn't have really picked a better place, really.
Right.
This is the old Carolina Coliseum, which is had put a lot of people in there, but it's old and it's had a good look to it. So I think the the actual picking of this arena was very, very good. And look at Gene Anderson.
Gene Anderson. Listen to you.
Sorry, I got a friend named Gene Anderson. I was thinking about him. Look at Gene Okerlund.
Wait, I thought Gene Anderson was dead.
No, there's another Gene Anderson. I'm sorry, the Gene Anderson from wrestling is dead. Yes, he is. You're right. Just wanted to clarify that. Anyway, Gene Okerlund in his element there, isn't he? Look at the presence he had on camera.
He's so comfortable.
Yes, he is. He absolutely is.
He's got the big introduction. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Here he comes. Mm-hmm. Your friend, you know him, you love him, but you're not working with him. Mr. Eric Bischoff.
Here he comes. Yes, sir. Huh? How about that? Smiling. Wonder if he's going to walk in the first SmackDown like this. And no response from Conrad on that one.
Hey, we've teased the last few weeks that, hey, by now the news is out. I guess the news is officially out.
Let's see. Stocks are up. The trade war with China is over.
If you're embarrassed and you don't want to talk about it, I understand. If you regret your decision.
I haven't regretted my decision at all.
What decision don't you regret?
To take Blue Chew tonight before I go to bed.
There you go. Eric Bischoff strutting that ass in, man.
He looked pretty cool there, didn't he?
Yeah. Just ask him. He thinks he is.
Oh boy. Eric Bischoff back in charge of TV. How about that? Really, I think he's a great story in wrestling. I really do.
Oh yeah, of course.
If you go from just an announcer with the AWA, brought into WCW by Jim Herd to piss off JR and Tony, and then had the confidence, and to me that is always the key element in anything in wrestling, and that's what I always have lacked. But the confidence and self-assurance and intelligence to be able to put together a business plan to take over the company, to run the company, to be successful, to do things the right way for a time, and then still be relevant thanks to some sort of podcaster out there named Conrad Thompson, and now all of a sudden back in the front office again of a big company. That's quite a story. I think it's a story that, is that all you could say? Mm-hmm. I think it's a story that everybody should talk about. J.J. Dillon on the phone. What the fuck? J.J. Dillon on the phone.
Well, they're trying to get an update about what happened in Nashville at the Clash of the Champions. By the way, there is another show in our family of shows here that we should mention with Mr. Eric Bischoff, 83 Weeks, that is going to be covering that Clash of the Champions. So the very last Clash of the Champions, where we just saw that big bird with Sting and are hearing all about from J.J. Dillon here, you can actually check out on 83 Weeks right now. So go check it out, 83weeks.com. And we actually rip off our gimmick here, Tony. We do a watch along for that Clash of the Champions.
Wait a second. Don't we have that copyrighted? Isn't that trademarked? Where's Mike Dawkins? Give me a bald lawyer.
Just so I'm clear, I'm going to sue me. Is that what we're pitching?
Yes, that's what we're pitching.
Every now and again, you have a show so horrible with your co-host that you decide, we just got to fucking change the whole format up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you and Eric apparently have done that, and you shouldn't, because I like the format you got already.
No, I didn't say that. I was referencing, when you did our Steve Austin show.
I know. I know what you're referencing, you smart ass. And right now, Eric's getting pissed off.
Yeah, because you're over there talking shit to him.
No. He was just, oh, here it comes.
Wait, now how
Holy
about this?
Shit.
Sting not coming down from the rafters, Sting coming from the back. And he's running down all the accolades from Hulk Hogan. He's beat the Giant. He beat Lex Luger. And man, the fans are into this.
You know what Sting's got in his coat? A new format from Vince. After Eric worked so hard on it. Turn around. He's right behind you. Take a look at your new format. Whoa. That's cool. Well, this is a good scene.
Dude, look at the crowd.
I don't know if I would have done that, though, or not.
What, done what?
Drop down to my knees.
Oh, you're going to be doing a lot of that now on Wednesdays.
What are you trying to say?
Thank you, Mr. Khan. May I have another?
You're a rotten person. You know that?
I'm a terrible human. I know.
You're rotten. You're funny. You're irreverent. You're a genius. You're the Jesus of wrestling, but you're wrong.
Oh my God. Will you stop? Just because you're a millionaire now because of my idea doesn't mean you have to go on and on.
Ooh, sticking that thing down his mouth.
Oh, well, there's going to be a lot of that going on. Let me just tell you.
The fans eating this up, man.
Look at Eric selling it, shaking.
I know.
You know, if you're Sting and you know, this is the guy I negotiate my contracts with, what the fuck? This guy decides how much money I make. I bet Sting's got a hairy lip there. He's trying to grow a little facial hair action. Do you see that?
That's pretty cool. And if he would have taken some time to go to the tanning bed, he could have been the world champion later that year.
Well, he would be. He still won the belt. They just didn't want him to win in convincing fashion.
Okay.
But yeah, Sting with a mustache. Kind of didn't remember that. How about Raven here? Let's play the audio for fans.
Savory nature. Some bad, some worse, some unspeakable. Sometimes we suffer in silence. Sometimes we seek redemption. He's got what he wanted. But in attaining salvation, there's a price that must be paid. One must give up a bit of oneself. The road, or the end of the road as it is, may not be not quite what you expect. The glowing light at the end of the tunnel may not be the beacon of righteousness that you envisioned. It may be some horribly disfigured funhouse reflection of your own inner dreams. Quote the Raven, nevermore.
Well, we saw the man fight.
What do you think of those old Raven promos?
Loved them. And you know what I love about them? As far as today's wrestling is concerned?
What's that?
Those weren't scripted. Today they would be scripted.
Oh, for sure.
Those weren't. And I just, well, you know, I was really into Raven. I was, you know, he and Scotty and I were friendly and knew each other real well, talked a lot. And
Wait. You said he and I and Scotty. Who's, all right, so if he's Raven, who's...
Okay, I got it. I made a mistake
there. Was there 3 people there?
No, there's 2. Well, yes, Raven as a character, Scotty as a person, and me.
Okay, so you would sometimes be like, well, Scotty, let me ask you. And then you would turn and say, now, Raven, and he would answer, he would use a different voice or speak differently.
When we had edibles together, yes, I'd do that.
Oh, so y'all were eating weed back here in 97.
Yes,
Here he comes, Sonny Ono, with 2 of the more prominent luchadors from Nitro, Psychosis and La Parka, these days known as LA Park. I got to tell you, these are 2 of my absolute favorite characters on Nitro. And, you know, they didn't even do promos.
I know they didn't need to. The performance spoke for itself. And then they have Sonny with the selfies, right? Were selfies a thing back then? How long have selfies been a thing?
I'm being serious when I tell you this. I think Sonny Ono created them.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. He would hold that just like he did. He got those luchadors beside him. He held the camera up and he went, "Whoa, take picture. What's up? Tick, click."
He's from fucking Iowa. He didn't talk like that.
How do you know he didn't talk like that?
Because I talked to him.
Okay, back then?
Oh yeah, he was giving me all the dirt.
Somebody was.
How about Glacier and Ernest Miller? Not only do they have the special entrance, but look at the font at the below, the little lower third. It had their name trimmed in blue.
We were just cutting edge back then is what we were. We were cutting edge, and there's nothing like snow in Columbia inside a building in the summertime. Nothing like it.
Well, because here's the deal. If you got a hot angle and you need to cool that shit off, get Glacier out here. They're real hot for Sting right now. People loved it. They're on the edge of their seat. They probably need a popcorn or piss break. Let's get Glacier.
Okay. Hey, I get it. It's easy to shit on Ray. Okay.
No.
All right. It's easy to shit on the gimmick.
Hang on now. Even that. This gimmick with Glacier, and I think you and I talked about this. I do so many goddamn podcasts, I can't keep up with who I said this to.
You need to start keeping up with it then, old man. Go ahead.
I feel like it was you or Eric, but in 93, 94, 95, this Glacier shit had a chance to hit. But now that you've got us, buying into a little more realistic NWO angle, it's really hard to get excited about, come to life video game characters. But in 93, I think wrestling was a little different.
You know what? I get that. I do. I understand that. But don't you think now that they're trying to do something for everybody, for the younger kids as well, more than just the adults?
Yeah. No, listen, don't get me wrong. I'm
not trying to defend this because it didn't work, but
no, you're making a great point. And I've told this story before, but a few years ago, Naomi in WWE won the belt. And then when she won the women's belt, she trimmed it out with
trimmed what out?
The belt.
Okay.
What's wrong with you?
You said Naomi trimmed it out. I mean, first thing comes to mind. I said
when she won the belt, she trimmed it out.
Okay, so go ahead. I'm sorry.
Belt. Okay, when she won the belt, she trimmed the belt out, which means she put lights on the belt.
Okay.
And I thought, this is the fucking dumbest thing I've ever seen. I didn't say that, but my daughter, who was hardcore into wrestling at the time, was like, oh my God, Dad, that's the coolest thing ever. Mm-hmm. And that's when I realized, okay, this just isn't for me. And I thought back to a time when I was a kid and a guy decided, hey, I'm going to have my own championship belt. And it was the $1 million belt. It's supposedly a belt made with gold and diamonds in the $sign shape. Now, as an adult, if I saw that for the first time, I can probably agree, much like my dad probably thought back then, but he didn't spoil my fun. This is fucking stupid. But as a kid at the time, the $1 million belt was the most cool thing ever. I got it. It was like, okay, this is her $1 million belt. It's cool to her. This is just not for me. So you know what? You're right. Perhaps this is not for me. This is for kids. But I do want to say the Mortal Kombat game was not really for kids.
Point well taken.
How about the wooden chair? The wooden chair.
It's not even they got the wooden chair out to break it, and they didn't even break it.
Here's the thing. I think that may have been a real wooden chair. Look at Ernest Miller. Turns his back for 1 minute and damn Glacier laying down on the job. By the way, I give the Glacier character a lot of shit here on the show. And I know that, our friend of the show, Ray Lloyd, listens and he takes it personal. I'm just trying to be entertaining, y'all. In real life, Ray Lloyd is tremendous, a salt of the earth human. And that's not just a joke about another character in wrestling. I've met him several times, done business with him. Couldn't be nicer. Couldn't be more polite. Couldn't be more respectful. Really, really a good guy. And anybody who meets him will tell you the same thing. And I guess 6 years ago, I saw him at NWA Legends Fan Fest and he was doing meet and greets. I bought 0 meet and greets that year. I paid to get my picture with 0 wrestlers at that show, except for Glacier. Glacier was the one exception. And I jumped at the chance to do it. He's in full gimmick and it took me back to my childhood. So even though I can look back now and say, oh, this was fucking dumb, or this was too late, or this was tone deaf, or whatever, when it came time for it, I got my picture made with it and it was presented by a good guy. And sorry that I continue to shit on something that's special to you, Mr. Lloyd, but it's sort of my gimmick on the show now. So
fuck
Glacier.
If I can use this term here, we've got a Chinese fire drill going on right now.
I don't think you're allowed to say that. I think that's racist too.
All right. Let me add something to the talk about Glacier.
I love you're like, all right, cool. Now about Glacier.
Do you know what the one thing they should have done to help get this character over?
Not done it.
No.
Okay.
What's the one thing that can get people over better than anything else?
I know what you're going to say.
Okay. What am I going to say?
Put some ladies with him.
No. Do a fucking promo.
Oh, no, they definitely.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
What would he have said?
I don't know what he would have said.
I have broken through the ice. I'm here to karate chop my way to the top of WCW.
Mortal Kombat!
Dun, 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 dun.
How about no one would believe you and I didn't work that out ahead of time.
Okay. Look, no, here's every person who ever got over in WCW back in the days, all the guys you're going to see here when the Four Horsemen come out, with the exception of maybe Steve McMichael, all the guys could do promos that were over. You needed to be able to talk. You didn't have to do your Glacier shit. Just talk. Make them believe you. That's what Arn Anderson would do. I'm thinking that if you're going to build a character like a Glacier, you got to not only work, he can do all this karate stuff. You got to talk to the fans. You got to bring the fans in. You know, that's one thing that Magnum TA and I talked about recently. We got on the phone. We were talking and we were reminiscing about our time at StarCast and Vegas and what a great time he had. He said what he thought was missing in wrestling today was that the promos today, they look at the guy with the stick or the girl with the stick. They look at the interviewer. They need to look into the camera and look into your living room or your den and bring you in. And that's what Arn Anderson and that's what Ric Flair did and that's what Dusty Rhodes did. That's what Roddy Piper did, all the great promos, what Hulk Hogan did. So I'm saying that now they bring Glacier. They have Glacier not only a character that can do some pretty good shit and has a very good fancy entrance, colorful snow, but then he's got to be able to talk too. That's how guys got over. Really, it is. Now, maybe today they get over a different way with all the high spots they do, but you need to do a promo. I'm done. Silver King never did do a promo. Of course, he's dead now.
Oh my gosh, man. I can't believe you just fired that off.
Well, I mean, I was saying he is. I mean, we're just stating fact here. I'm not.
By the way, a friend of the show, Eric Bischoff, said he watched that the other day.
Watched him die?
Yeah. I was really like, oh man, I can't believe you watched that. And he was like, why? I was like, fuck, I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch a guy die.
Huh. It's on YouTube?
I'm not telling you where to find it.
Well, I'd like to see it too.
Oh, what the fuck is wrong with you? You guys are weird. No. I bet you guys were the fucks who went to the video store like 30 years ago and like, I'd like to see what you have new in the Faces of Death series. Do you have someone that's, struggling for life? Can we see like a monkey hitting the head with a hammer? My mother didn't love me. Fucking asshole.
Wow. How about that drop kick, man? Huh?
Just weirded out. You want to watch that.
What a performer.
Why don't we do stuff that makes people happy?
Okay. We're doing stuff that makes people happy right now. We're watching a guy in a mask battle with a dead guy.
Oh, I said that make people happy. And I've got an idea.
Okay.
I'm going to email you some lyrics.
Oh.
Now, by the way, we need to have a talk about this before we do it, because this whole thing nearly got ruined. We've had a lot of fun here on Tony Reed's Rap.
Yep.
But, recently you decided before you became a sellout, it's like the old joke, I ain't gay, but $40 is $40. And you were like, man, how about Cameo? I just embarrass and humiliate myself. I can get sandwiches. And so you, So you signed up to do Cameo, and
I could get sandwiches.
people were asking you to do some of the horrible shit we did here on the show, except now you're doing it on camera and out of context. And then somebody made the decision to post it to social media. And I said, hey man, and this is before it was like out there. I was like, hey man, now that, you're independently wealthy, since you've, got your new big contract, the richest contract in the history of your wrestling career, perhaps we might want to scale back on the cameos where you're saying all of these words. And you were like, okay, I've been thinking about that. What are you talking about? And I'm like, well, it got posted and it's gone viral now and everybody's talking about it. And they don't, and these might not be listeners to our show. And so that's the thing. Like, if you listen to our show, then you're part of us and you get it and blah, blah, blah. However, whoever listened to that show got it, requested it, but then posted it where people might not get it or whatever. And out of context, it maybe doesn't look good. And so there for a minute, you fucking deleted Twitter, quit the podcast, said you were canceling your new deal and you were going to stick to baseball and football and fuck me and fuck everybody and fuck wrestling fans. And I just LOL'd. And then the next day you were okay. But there for a little while, it looked like someone had ruined all of our fun.
Yeah, a panic did set in with me. I have since canceled Cameo or suspended it. I think Cameo is very cool, but I didn't appreciate. I thought that if I give you, if you write down what you want me to say and I say it to you or your friend, I thought it would be a private thing. But people wanted to put it out there, and we sent some notes to guys to please take it down, which they did. So all is right with the world again. But there was a time, about a 12-hour period, where it wasn't.
So I'm saying all that to say, try not to ruin our fun here on the show, or we can't do it anymore. And that's okay. We'll just get on here and call the matches straight, and we'll quit with all the over the top silliness and hijinks. We still want to do the podcast for you, but we'll just save it for Patreon, because I feel like that's dude, you whacked off on Patreon last year because Efren asked you to. And I mean,
no. See, no.
That's what I read. I read online that you waka. I mean, listen, what you guys do in the privacy of your own homes, on webcams, on camsoda.com, that's up to you guys. If you're over there like, hey, Efren, you want to see the,
okay, now you're trying to make a point here.
Yeah. I'm just saying that I want to share with the world the miracle that is Tony Reed's rap. But we got to keep it between the ditches here, boys and girls. And if we can't, we'll put it behind the paywall, because I know those folks are paying for it and they're not going to use it against you because they like it. They want more of it. What do you think Macho Man's saying?
Oh yeah, Tony Reed's rap. People fucking with him a little bit. Not good, not for the macho. That's right, Scott Hall. They've been fucking with Tony Schiavone, and he's got shit to lose now. Not just riding around with a bunch of Hispanic ball players, half his age, actually young enough to be his grandkids. He's old, but he might be old, but he's not dead like me. I think everybody watching this right now is shocked because I'm beyond the grave. Yeah, I'm coming up from the ashes. And I'm here to tell you about Tony Reed's rap. And the lyrics that Conrad just sent Tony are from one of the hottest rap songs ever, about 20 years ago. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about Cash Money. Talking about Cash Money Millionaires. Talking about Cash Money Records. I'm talking about Juvenile. I'm talking about Back That Ass Up. That's right. Back that ass up. And that's what I told Miss Elizabeth. And that's what I told Gorgeous George. And when it came to resign, that's what I told Eric Bischoff.
Yo, Schiavone gonna read that rap. And to all you slapdicks out here, he's gonna do it just for you, all right? And nobody else. None of you dipshits on Twitter, just for you. Bring it.
Well, Tony, should we do it now, or you thinking maybe we should? By the way, before we do it, you owe me a piece of this Nitro set. You told me you were going to give me that sign Monday Nitro, but you know what? I've heard this before, but that goddamn 6-man tag team belt, I'm starting to see a pattern.
Hey, I want to tell a rap story before I get into this.
Okay. Or are you just ignoring my request?
Yes, I am. There you go.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. What we got here?
Go ahead. Give us the idea what he's saying right here.
Okay. Well, in just a few moments, we are going to get you to the part of this What Happened When that has become very, very popular. It's like fire. It's as hot as Lex Luger holding Scott Hall in Iraq before the Macho Man Randy Savage comes in and gigs Diamond Dallas Page in the face. Another schmoz to the Clash of the Champions that just happened last week. But Tony is standing by. He's got these lyrics, and the first thing we understand from Schiavone that he said when he saw the lyrics was, "Oh, it's a song by Juvenile." That is apropos, and that's right. I used apropos, and let's bring in right now Diamond Dallas Page.
So as you saw there, Macho Man was a tag team partner of Scott Hall just a few days ago at Clash of the Champions from Nashville. And across the ring from them were Lex Luger and Diamond Dallas Page. And Lex was accidentally bumped into the back of Diamond Dallas Page. Dallas, when he backed up, felt that someone was there, assumed it was his opponent. Wham! Diamond cutter out of nowhere. And now, after that miscommunication, he's here to explain what's he going to say here.
He's going to say, listen, hey, Gene, what the fuck? What the fuck? If Schiavone wants to read rap, well, we're going to talk about the angle at the Clash of the Champions. How can you be talking about rap music? You don't even like rap music. I don't like rap music myself. Yeah, but it's different when Schiavone reads it, because Schiavone has no idea what he's reading. He has no idea what he's talking about. I mean, he's talking about hoes and bitches and, well, I can't say some of the words that are in these rap songs, but he's talking about that, and I think it's fucking cool. So if the old man wants to read it, let him fucking read it, okay? What do you mean? Old man. I'm an old man. I wouldn't read that shit. I wouldn't do it. I mean, they put it in front of me, and I said, no, I don't want to. I'll read something from George Strait. George Strait. Are you fucking out of your motherfucking mind, you little bald fuck? The fact is that Tony is trying to be cutting edge. If he wants to say, lick that pussy good, then that's what we're going to do. As a matter of fact, that's what I may do later tonight with Kimberly. As a matter of fact, wait, can I come with you? Can I go backseat? Well, no, but I can put it on video, and we can put it in the video store, and Schiavone and Eric Bischoff can check it out along with all the other videos that they check out from all the other dead people. Speaking of that, we're going to have Schiavone talk about something from Juvenile. Speaking of Juvenile, did you ever take a look at how I used to dress in the ring before I became really cool? Well, yeah, I sure did. And apparently nobody gave you guidance about it. Schiavone's been talking about doing promos. That's all I've been hearing. Doing promos. Can you do a promo? The fact is, you can do a promo, but you want to talk about pussy. But that's what we're talking about here, because things are different. Things are different 22 years later. Tony Schiavone, who's been back in the set, the Nitro set, calling matches straight, fans that realize that he can just dig in and say those bad words. And you know why? Because Conrad has turned him away from the light. All right, that's it. Diamond Dallas Page. He's trying to put Schiavone over. I don't know if he can do that or not. We've got more. Maybe we got some Mexicans. Maybe we got some more Asians. I don't know.
Mexicans and Asians. Oh my God. If there's ever been a better time to do Tony Reed's rap than this, I don't know what it is. Coming to the ring right now, Queen Deborah.
What?
And then of course, ho, JEFF, ha ha, JARR, hee hee. What? All these ha-has and hee-hees.
Why did you snore when you saw Deborah?
What the fuck did she ever do interesting?
Just stand there.
No, dude. How about this? At this advanced age of mine, if you want me to like get excited because a girl came out, they're gonna need to be wearing something other than a fucking prom dress. All right.
Okay.
Because here's what I'm into. I'm into back that ass up. And I'm playing the music right now. Hit the chorus again.
Drop it like it's hot.
No,
Drop
not that.
What's the chorus? Which one's the chorus?
The name of the song is Back That Ass Up. And there's a section of the song where they say it 19 times in a row.
It's not on here.
Tony Schiavone.
Back that ass up. Back that ass up. Back that ass up. Back that ass. You got a stupid ass, yeah. Make me laugh, yeah. Make a guy want to grab that, autograph that. I'm sweating in the drawers, yeah. Hard and long, yeah. Want to make walking like a dog, yeah. Break you off, yeah. Get mine, you got get yours going, yeah, for sure, yeah. You fucking with my nerves. That's for you, Conrad. Yeah, it's to the curb. Yeah, I know you bitches know. Yeah, it's show, yeah, but a guy's got some more, yeah. I'm out to flow, yeah. Fresh brought some shit, yeah, and it's bitch, yeah. We'll be making hit, yeah, hit after hit, yeah. Them titties sitting nice, yeah. I want to bite, yeah. I could fuck you right yet all night, yeah. I want to bring it to my house, yeah, on the couch, yeah. Knock the pussy. Knock the pussy out. Yeah, get them out, yeah. I want to see them hoes, yeah. Bend it low, yeah. Let me run in the hole, yeah. And let me know, yeah. Oh, unfortunately, I was kind of getting into that one.
Dude, I can't believe you still have not hit the chorus.
The chorus is not in the thing here.
Dude.
Where's the chorus?
I just resent it again and I put it in bold. You gotta step your game up here, dude.
Oh, God.
What the fuck?
Now I'm getting thumbs. I'm getting rated on my shit.
Open up your email again and let's hit it for this.
I got the email up and it hasn't come down yet.
Hit refresh, god damn it.
Oh man, back that ass up, Nitro Girls. Yeah. Hit it. Yeah. Bend over. Yeah. Now it hasn't showed. Oh, there it is. Okay, ready? Girl, you looks good. Won't you back that ass up? You a fine motherfucker. Won't you back that ass up? Call me Big Daddy when you back that ass up, ho. Who you playing with? Back that ass up. Girl, you look good. Won't you back that ass up? You a fine motherfucker. Won't you back that ass up? Call me Big Daddy when you back that ass up. Girl, you looks good. Won't you back that ass up? Girl, you playing with? Playing that ass up. You a fine motherfucker. Won't you back that ass up?
Is that me clapping?
I don't know. Yes.
Well,
that's you.
I love they're promoting the Nitro party. We need to just bombard them with AEW party videos. Just send them to 1 CNN Center, P.O. Box 60, Atlanta, Georgia, 303003.
You know what? Kimberly's
how about a Wildcat Wheelie down there doing the double bicep?
Look at Kimberly. You know what she's happy about, don't you?
No.
She'll go in the back with Dallas and she gonna back that ass up.
Oh my God.
And then there's Che. Wonder who she's gonna back that ass up to.
Hey.
Give a nation. What?
No. Ixnay, Cheze, Tizoxe.
Okay, Zay.
How about that hat Zay on Mean Gene Zay?
I don't know, but I like Spice Zay. I bet she didn't have much his there in a pizza Zay.
What is going on? I'm so happy that you have embraced this. By the way, let me go ahead and give everybody a spoiler. I already got next week's song picked out.
Oh God.
And it is a Tupac song. And I'll let you guess, Mr. Listener, which one. Not you, Tony. I know you know.
No, I don't know.
Well, I just sent you the lyrics.
I saw it. I didn't remember it though.
We're taping these back to back. So I sent you the lyric for that too. I can't believe you missed the entire chorus.
It wasn't on the lyrics that I had pulled up. It really wasn't. But I'm sure we can fix that.
No, it's great. I'm good with it. Up next, Steve Mongo McMichael. Going to be defending his belt against Eddie Guerrero. Cruiserweight champ is going to be defending his belt. But first, Ming and Barbarian.
Before we get back to wrestling, I need to tell everybody a rap story, if I could.
Oh yeah, I would love for you to tell us a rap story.
This is this kind of gives an example of what I have to deal with when dealing with Conrad Thompson. Okay, so Conrad, being my good friend and being the guy who's helped me out. I called Conrad to let him know how my negotiations are going and how we have kind of agreed in principle on terms. And he was in his car and I was excited.
Oh God. Oh.
And I was so excited. I said, lick that pussy, lick that pussy, lick that pussy good. And the next thing out of Conrad's mouth was,
Tony, say hello to my mom. We're coming back from visiting my uncle in the hospital and you're on Bluetooth. And then she says, hey, Tony.
Well, that killed that moment.
I mean, here's the thing. I didn't think I needed to give you a heads up. Like, that's not the way we talk in real life. So I just assumed no big deal. Nope. I was wrong. I made a mistake. No laugh?
It was an embarrassing moment.
Yeah. For you,
Yeah.
how about me riding shotgun with my mama on the way back from the damn hospital.
Oh, really?
And you're over here.
Really? You're the purveyor of all this bad language.
Whoa.
You're the one that brought bad language out of me. You're the one that comes up with all these rap songs about pussies and dicks, hoes for me to read. You're the one that You're the leader of the fucking band.
Wait a goddamn minute. I went to the NWA Legends Fan Fest and saw you on stage with Mr. Jim Valley, and you're just dropping F-bombs left and right. And that is when I decided we should do a podcast, because I realized that you were a foul-mouthed mongrel. And then I realized that you had absolutely no culture about you, and you thought the last good song you heard was from Taylor Swift or George Strait. And I decided to introduce you to the hip-hop culture to further endear yourself to a younger generation of fans. And it works so well, you're a goddamn millionaire now. And you're going to be running around here shit-talking me because you use foul language in front of my mama?
Well, I apologize.
Yeah, as you know, she is my mom, and she was like, oh, Lord, that must be some of y'all's podcasts. And she didn't care.
Yeah, but I did.
Yeah, I'm sure you cared. You hung up the phone, popped a Blue Chew, went in there, took Lewis to Pound Town, had a couple celebratory Moscow mules, and decided to clip your toenails for the first time in 2019.
It was a great day. And when I clip my toenails, you know it's a great day.
By the way, now that you're a hashtag millionaire,
yeah,
you are. That's the reason I picked Juvenile too. I hope everybody picked up on that, because he was the first star to really pop off from the Cash Money millionaire. So that's where Tony Schiavone is, right? Mm-hmm. So I gotta ask, are you about to go get your first pedicure?
No.
Why not?
No. Because years ago when I was in WCW, I got a pedicure.
Yeah.
And I ended up getting fungus in my toenail.
That's because you went to the wrong. Listen, remember when you were a sophomore in high school and you got syphilis? Didn't keep you from trying to sling that wood? Yeah. Didn't keep you from trying to get girls to back that ass up? Yeah. Didn't keep you from trying to approach big fine women? Yeah. Because it was worth it, and you wanted to go back and check it out. This time, you're just gonna do what you should have done in your love life. Find a woman who's a little cleaner to help you out with your toenails.
Well, how do you find a woman? What do you do? You walk in one of those places and say, "Pardon me, miss, are you clean?" I mean,
well, listen,
they all clean their.
Here's the deal. First of all, you eyeball it. All right.
Oh, okay. That's not going to work.
Second of all, you
do what?
Gotta check it out.
Okay. Hey, how about Ming and the Barbarian? What a tough team they were, huh?
I was told once, if it smells like cologne, leave it alone.
So no, I'm not going to get a pedicure.
Well, I think you should. I'm getting one.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
I'm getting one right before Starcast. I figure I'm going to walk 9,000 fucking miles a day. So might as well go ahead and get ready for the wreckage.
Oh, by the way, how's your staff coming together for Starcast? Good?
No, I don't have, he doesn't have staff. He has MRSA. It's a little different.
Never mind.
What? I mean, yeah, your son's there, if that's what you're asking. How about it? We're getting another Schiavone in the wrestling business.
Mm-hmm. And, of course, Silva's going to be there. And
unfortunately, Silva will be there.
Chris McDonald.
Oh, yeah. Old McDonald will be there. Dave Hancock will be there.
Oh, boy.
Michael Dawkins will be there.
Okay, that's good.
I guess we should explain. He is who we refer to on the show as our gimmick attorney.
Mm-hmm. Is our girl going to be there? Our little girl?
Nah, we'll have to talk about that.
Okay, apparently not.
I mean, here's the deal. I hope so. But, you know, I had, she was working on some other stuff with some other folks too.
Okay. Gotcha.
I don't know where that is now.
Okay. Steve Kaufman going to be there?
No, I doubt it, because he's a West Coast guy.
Okay.
But
got some good staff. We got good people.
We will have Josh Chernoff and some of the GoPro media guys. And I guess speaking of GoPro, we should mention that got one more podcast we're going to be able to do live. And tickets are on sale now. You want to tell everybody where to get them?
TonyandConradLive.com.
TonyandConradLive.com. And we're coming to see you in September, the end of the month. And I believe it's the last one we have on the books. Of course, we're talking about September 28th in Wayne, New Jersey. We're going to be doing a little bit of a matinee show. And then right after our show, there's going to be live wrestling matches. And Tony, I was really surprised when you were doing your rap song. You didn't give a shout out to one of your very favorite female performers who may or may not be a big, fine woman herself, Mr. Jordan Grace, who you're a big fan of. And tickets are on sale now. So come see us, stick around for the wrestling. And there's even an opportunity, if you buy one of our tickets, to go ahead and do the wrestling show as well. So check it out. TonyandConradLive.com, September 28th in Wayne, New Jersey. And what we're seeing now is Ric Flair come to the ring, unusually dressed low key. There's no fancy suit. There's no fancy coat jacket. He's just got on a long sleeve shirt, but it's not even tucked in. Or I guess that's a vest maybe, but it's just, it's a different look for him without the coat. What do you think? What do you think he's saying here?
Mean Gene. Hey, I'm here because Wendy told me I could be here. Also, you may have seen on Twitter just the other day that I said the Georgia Bulldogs are going to win the national championship. How you like that, Conrad? Ha! How you like that? Oh, here comes Kurt Hennig now. We're going to track some of this, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm going to fire it up when it's Arn Anderson's time. As a reminder here, we've got Chris Benoit in the ring. He's one of the Four Horsemen. We've also got Steve Mongo McMichael, one of the Four Horsemen. And we've got Ric Flair talking to Mean Gene, and he's called out Kurt Hennig. And of course, Mean Gene is talking about how we've got maybe one of the biggest spots in wrestling available, a spot in the Four Horsemen.
And they have asked Kurt Hennig, they have asked him, will you consider? And Kurt is milling this over. I thought, this ended up being a pretty big angle with, him turning on the Horsemen and everything. But I thought Hennig he should have been one. I thought they should have played it out. And of course, with Mongo there, wouldn't you say yes?
You mean in storyline, if they're asking me and I don't want Mongo to beat me up or whatever?
No, I'm just being funny, trying to be funny.
I can never tell with you. Now, by the way, here comes Arn Anderson. We're going to lay out and let this soak in for a minute.
Who is a household word here in Columbia, South Carolina. It has got to be the man who is coming to the ring right now. One of the all-time legends of this great sport, the enforcer, Arn Anderson. Good. A standing ovation. Look at that. It's a pleasure to hold the microphone, Mr. Anderson, up for you on this occasion.
Well, Gene, all I can tell you, to get a response like this means what I got to say tonight mean that much more. You see, I'm a realist, and everybody knows I've got average size and speed and average ability, but I've parlayed that into what I would call a very successful career. And I did that on sheer will alone. But another reality is, 4 months ago, they took 4 vertebrae out of my neck. Consequently, I'm left with a hand My left hand, too weak to hold a glass, too weak to button a button. But I thought in my mind, I knew in my mind I could overcome that too, through sheer will. And I was doing just like that. I think I've come back a long way. But the other day I had something happen in the gym that was like a cold slap in the face of reality. A guy about your size, Gene, came up and he slapped me on the back and he said, "Double A, where you been? We hadn't seen you on TV." And just that slap sent a jolt through me, and I dropped the water I was drinking, and just for a second, my system shut down, and it became crystal clear as I watched the few little drops of water draining out of that bottle, the symbolism that was involved. It was like someone had turned an hourglass over, and the sand was running out on the career of Arn Anderson. Now, the fact of the matter is, not only do I put myself in a suicide situation by trying to wrestle again, I endanger these two men's careers, and I respect them too much for that. And other than be anything than the enforcer in my best friend's eyes, I'd rather walk away. And for all you people out there that have ever bought a ticket to see Arn Anderson wrestle, whether you love me or you hated me, you knew that when that bell rang, you got all I had that night. Whether I won, whether I lost, I gave you everything I had. And you knew that. And when you did this to me, that was your acknowledgement. Well, the fact is, I got nothing left to give. And I want you to remember me as I was, not as I am. But being the man that I am, my last act, formerly as a horseman, I got one last challenge. And that's to you, Curt Hennig. Now, don't misunderstand me. It's not for a fight. You got something special. I've seen you in this ring. Your skills, your maturity, your commitment to excellence makes you something special. And what my challenge is to you, Curt, is stand beside my best friend, Ric Flair, and lead these two men back to the glory and the prominence that the Four Horsemen once had. And I'm going to tell you what your prize is. It's not a spot with the Horsemen, because this is worth a lot more than that to me. I'm going to give you the only thing I got left. Not a spot, not a spot. I'll give you my spot.
Wow. Curt Hennig. You know, I know every wrestler that's ever been around or involved in this business we call wrestling who would pass up the honor to not only be a horseman, but to come out and take Arn Anderson's spot as the enforcer of the Four Horsemen. I have only one thing to say. It would be a privilege. Hey, what about that? I think we made book finally. Tony!
Man, how cool is that?
That's how you do a promo, buddy. That's how you get over.
One of the best promos maybe in the history of wrestling.
I agree.
You know,
and Arn, knowing what to do, not only was talking to Curt, he turned and talked to the camera as well. You just, and I'm telling you, that's talent that you either have it or you don't. How about Rick crying in the background?
When he said, you know, I got nothing left to give, and you could see Rick's bottom lip quivering a little bit. It's pretty crazy. You know, well, that's what's so special about wrestling is when something's real, you know, like, not just the funny ha-has, you know, not, hey, this is a storyline, but when you can watch something and just for a minute be taken out of what you know to be true.
Right.
And okay, this was theater of the mind, and that was a performance and blah, blah, blah. But this was real.
Right.
That's something else, man. And that's what that moment was. It was a real moment in wrestling. It wasn't, you know, Ric Flair said that, Sting was in the back, teared up watching that, because it wasn't just TV. It was a real life situation, as Rick would say.
And it brings back all the memories of when the Four Horsemen were first formed by Arn on the set of TBS a decade prior, and here we are, and what an ovation as he's walking in from the fans as well. Just it's really one of our best moments. It really is. Of all the years we did Nitro, one of our best moments. And you know what? Eddie Guerrero, man, after that long talk, Eddie had it in him. He knew, again, you can't teach things like this. Eddie came in and he took the fight right to Mongo. He made, all of a sudden, he went from a big talking segment that was tremendous and was emotional, but still, as far as action in the ring, had slowed the show down, and he picked up the action immediately when he came back in. Man, Eddie knew what he was doing.
Now feels like as good a time as any to tell everybody to go subscribe to or follow rather a new Twitter account at the Arn Show, because next month Arn Anderson is going to join our podcast family. Mondays will be all about 83 weeks. Tuesdays will belong to the Four Horsemen and Arn Anderson. Wednesday, What Happened When with Tony Schiavone, of course. Thursday, Grill and JR, and Friday, Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard.
That's quite a lineup there, Jesus.
Whatever. I'm super excited that we've got Arn involved. And I know this is going to be a little bit of a challenge for me podcast wise, because Arn's not on social media at all. The only way you'll be able to communicate with Arn is at least for now, through that new Twitter account at the Arn Show. And I know you're helping me set up Arn's home studio, and he's got new mic processor, new mic, new board, new computer. He's got the whole rig set up now.
I look forward to helping him set that up. Now, I do need to say, Arn and I have been very close friends for a long time, probably as close a friend as I have in the wrestling business. And I'm looking forward to that. I think with Arn, what we're going to see is we are going to see a lot of the Arn that we just saw, who's serious about the business and knows exactly Tombstone Pile Driver, and that's it. But we're also, I think also what the fans are going to see, and hopefully what the fans are going to hear, is the Arn Anderson who was backstage, who was, and still is, by the way, one of the funniest men ever. Just absolutely funny. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Of course, it's all predicated on the fact, can I teach him how to work a computer? Because he is from Rome, Georgia, and he is a redneck, and he is a dumbass when it comes to electronics. So that'll be a challenge, but I'm sure. I mean, I told him, I said, you ever held a mouse in your hand? Have you ever pointed and clicked? So that's where I'm coming in there. We had a lot of Mean Gene in this show, didn't we?
I'm pretty excited about Arn, though, because Arn has never really, and he would even hate that I'm using this phrase, but Arn's never really, quote unquote, broken kayfabe. He's
right.
He's held the professional wrestling business in very high regard, and he feels like it shouldn't be a quote unquote clown show, and that, a magician shouldn't reveal his tricks. So what we won't be doing on the show is explaining how to throw the best working punch and how to properly take a flat back bump. But what we will be telling you on the show are some of his favorite memories from the territory days and Jim Crockett Promotions and WCW, and going over to the WWF, coming back to WCW, all of that in front of the camera. But then there's a lot of stuff that's happened in the last, 2 decades behind the scenes, where he was an agent and producer for the WWE, and just going to be a plethora of stories. And a lot of fans maybe have grown up loving Arn Anderson and what they saw on TV. The only thing that is even more entertaining is Marty Lundy behind the scenes with his wit and humor and storytelling ability. And I'm pretty excited that, fans get to see that really for the first time.
And you're right about the stories that he has since he retired from the wrestling business as an agent. Those have to be some great stories. And there was no question, without question, that I watched a lot of shows, WWE shows, over the last couple of years, thanks to you. And you could always tell the matches that he set up, that he was the agent for. You could tell them. Because they knew how to tell a story in the ring in those matches. So, that's enough.
By the way, that is as inside of a joke as it gets for StarCast 2. Old man Chris McDonald broke out the his favorite Conan moment from the Nitro era was where he would be talking to Tigress or whoever and would say, "You like my shirt? Touch it, feel it." And she would, and then he would say, "That's enough." And it fucking murdered Chris. And
yeah, when
we were taking some shots at StarCast 2 with this wrinkle or that wrinkle, he would break out the "That's enough."
To me, it's one of the things that has stood the test of time from Nitro.
Stood the test of time from StarCast 2, I'll tell you that.
This is a great venue. I said it before, a great venue for us, and this all worked. This is, this is 97. Oh, holy. Oh, this is when that prick's going to come out and do the commentary.
I love you said that prick.
Mm-hmm.
You mean your former boss?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
How glad are you that you don't have to work for him in 2019?
Oh, I don't know. I always enjoyed working with Eric. I did.
Well, then why'd you call him a prick?
Because, well, look at him. He flicked Mike in the head. He chased Heenan away. He's a prick.
Well, the real prick here is you for not buttoning your collar. You can see those buttons and the collar's just flailing around doing whatever it wants.
Wait a minute. You wanted me to button my top collar there?
No. Like you've got like collar stays, like where your collar would pin down.
Yeah.
And you're not doing it. Oh, look at that diet drink. Give it a try and then pat you on the stomach. There it is.
There it is. It was after my ass then.
I can't believe that we actually saw it happen on Nitro. I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, that's a great moment in Nitro. A great Nitro fucking moment.
Is this as cool as Eric ever looked?
Yeah, he looked pretty cool here.
You know, we were mocking him last week saying that he was a perfect looking human. Mm-hmm. But as you're looking at him here, you're like, well, damn, he kind of does look cool there.
Well, hey, you know what? There were a lot of women who thought he was fucking hot.
Who are some of these women?
What's that?
Who were some of these women?
Just a lot of women that I had said, man, Eric Bischoff is a good looking man. And I think that was what the fuck?
Yuji Nagata.
I get it. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is this? It looks like he's taking some.
By the way, Yuji Nagata's a fucking legend now.
Okay, good. But he needs to get the tire flaps off of him.
You don't think that's a cool look?
No, shit.
Hang on now.
That looks like something you put in the floorboard of your car.
Hang on now. A guy came out earlier with a blue contact in, and it was snowing in South Carolina, and he's dressed in neon blue and doing hayas all over.
Exactly.
With set props from Aggro Crag.
Yeah.
And you take issue with Yuji Nagata wearing a chest protector?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Because that was all a part of the gimmick, and this is Yuji Nagata who can perform. And he just throws that over his top, like, you know.
What do you think about Chris Jericho here in 97? By the way, I think we've covered it forever and ever. When he does his heel persona in WCW, my absolute favorite. But his babyface WCW stuff, indie wrestler number 572.
Okay.
No, I'm just saying, like, you could tell here, like, even he was not exactly sure, like, what's my character? Right. What am I supposed to be doing? I mean, he knows how to wrestle. Once the bell rings, man, we're roll tide. But just the actual presentation, he's walking to the ring and he doesn't really know, like, what's my purpose? What am I supposed to be doing? Now, I'm not knocking him for that. I'm saying once he was able to flip the switch and show you his heel persona, it was my favorite thing in wrestling that year. I remember one of my first wrestling shirt being back in, of course, as a wrestling fan, was the NWO shirt, and then probably Austin 316. But the only other one I had in that era was the Monday Night Jericho. So if you're in that company with the NWO and Austin 316, you're doing something right.
And how about here in now 2019, he is still a top star.
I don't think he'll ever retire. I think he's this generation's Ric Flair.
Yeah. I think he is, to me, he's ageless. And I know he's changed a little bit. He's gotten older. He's a little bit heavier than he used to be. I mean, everybody changes.
Wait, hang on. You just said ageless, and then you listed how all the things have changed because he's old.
No, I didn't say that. I'm stating fact, but I'm saying he's ageless in the fact that when he performs in the ring, he's every bit, to me, the Chris Jericho that we're seeing right now, even though he may not look the same, and no one looks the same. I mean, you know, I've gotten ruggedly handsomer, since my days in WCW.
You know, somebody was just talking to me about that, about how you are more attractive now than you've ever been.
Who talked to you about that?
Well, I'm not going to say on the air, but it's somebody who wants to back that ass up.
Really?
Yeah. It's funny because they had never mentioned that at all until I told them about your newfound riches. Mm-hmm. And then
that'll do it. That'll make you handsome.
Yep. Ask my wife. Dude, I saw this great rant the other day. I got to send you, it was this guy on Facebook going off about get you a woman you can afford. And I just thought, boy, I got to send this to Tony Schiavone. He would think this is the funniest thing ever. But that was the day when you were like, fuck you, fuck Silva, fuck all wrestling fans. I'm sticking to baseball.
Oh,
that was a fun day for me.
I'm sure it was.
I was just laughing. Well, I know that annoys you too, when I don't take it seriously. And at that moment, I know you mean all of it. And I'm just LOLing everything.
I know.
And it just makes you madder and madder and madder. Yeah. And it's fun for me.
Yeah. Well, thank God that's over. That part of my life. I hope.
You mean that afternoon?
That afternoon. Yes. And you know, it started out as such a great day for me. I was in Norfolk, Virginia. I love Norfolk, Virginia. And I went to this men's salon to get my hair done, get my beard colored. Had a beautiful lady named Mary who was cutting my hair and everything. And all of a sudden, as I'm in the chair, I get this text. You may want to rethink something. And then that started.
In fairness, I wasn't saying that to stir shit. I was giving honest.
I know you were.
Look out for my buddy.
I know.
Feedback.
And I took it that way.
I know sometimes you think I'm just trying to fuck with you all the time, but in that moment,
yeah, 95% of the time you are.
But I know when to be sincere and be helpful. And that's what I was trying to do. And
you were very helpful.
And then fast forward 10 minutes and you're fuck you. And I'm like, whoa, what did I do? I had nothing to do with this. I was not consulted on humiliating yourself for sandwich money. I would have not co-signed that. And you did it. And now I'm trying to help you clean it up. And you're mad at me. This is like being married twice.
Well, sandwich money's important.
By the way, since we're talking about Sammys, Have you had a Popeye's chicken sandwich? Everybody's losing their mind about this.
A Popeye's chicken? I have not.
It's apparently taken over the world. Have you missed this?
No, I'm kind of, are they paying anything to be on this podcast?
No, I'm just asking if you had it. I'm not putting it over. I'm just
yes, you are putting it over.
No, I'm saying the internet is just a flutter with who has the best chicken sandwich now, Chick-fil-A or Popeyes. I haven't had a Popeyes. It's brand new. You can't get one in Huntsville. I mean, you can, but you got to wait like 2 fucking hours. And so I'm asking, cause I don't want to go wait 2 hours for goddamn chicken. Did you try it?
I have not.
Why are you so mad about me talking about a product or service and asking if you tried it? I didn't say put it over. I've never had it. I'm going to try it. And if it's shitty, I'll tell you about it next week.
I'm going to try it too. Well, maybe not.
No, you're not. You got to be conscious of your girlish figure now that you're a television star.
Yeah. I just hope that I don't over celebrate. Hi from Pensacola, Florida. I'm Lee Marshall.
Let's go to, let's go to Las Vegas with Lee Marshall. You want to?
Go to Las Vegas with Lee Marshall
to celebrate.
Oh, you and I do need to celebrate.
Well,
I've celebrated with the family.
Who didn't do shit with any of this, by the way, had nothing to do with fucking any of it.
Okay. I've celebrated on my own.
On my own? What does that mean? You downloaded some Spanktravision on the road when you're out there calling baseball?
No. The other day in Durham, North Carolina, I went to a bar by myself and drank 2 mules.
You went to a bar by yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Well, did you, get any stink on your hang low?
No.
Dude, you should not
I don't go to those I don't go to bars for that.
You should not.
I'm an old fucker with a ring on his finger. Okay.
That's like bait. That's what that is. Let me just tell you, in the future, pro tip, you should never go to a bar by yourself.
Really?
Yes. Don't do that again.
Well, when I'm with the baseball team, who am I going to go with?
Just don't go. Don't go to the bar by yourself. You need to have a buddy system when you're going to the bar at your advanced age. So if someone slips something into your drink, what happens? You're dead. We don't know where you are.
I don't go to those type of bars.
No, you don't know what type of bar you were in. I'm telling you, now that you're an international celebrity again, and you've got all this fame and fortune, you don't need to be going to bars by yourself.
Hey, I know you're talking, but I'm only looking at Jackie's titties right now. Sorry.
So you were going to tell me something about, you were going to celebrate with me?
Yes, I am.
All right. When are we making that happen?
I don't know. I was thinking that, well, it's going to have to, I don't know.
Exactly.
It'll be the perfect time.
9/28, Wayne, New Jersey.
Yes.
TonyandConradLive.com.
Yes. I was thinking I could come to Huntsville, but after the Vanderbilt game, but you'll still be in Chicago.
Is that this week?
Mm-hmm. Vanderbilt Saturday night.
I don't know if you're in the loop on that, but the company you work for that's paying you all this money, they have a real big wrestling show that you're no showing.
I'm not no showing. They know this.
No, I know, but I'm just saying you're still getting paid to not be there, and I'm not getting paid to be there. You see, that's what a good friend I am. I have to be there, and in fact, I'm paying to be there, and you are being paid to not be there. This is where we are in life. You know what I need? I got to find me a goddamn Conrad Thompson. If I can find me a Conrad Thompson, then I'll have something to celebrate.
Buff Bagwell needs a Conrad Thompson too.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he needs somebody with a money bag that he can leave open, that he can just reach in and run. Yeah, baby.
You know, as I look at this cast or characters here, I realize the only person that I have not had at StarCast or done business with is Mike Jones. literally everyone else who was in that skit. Isn't that crazy?
Has Rick Steiner been a StarCast?
Oh no, you're right. He wasn't.
Love to see Rick, man.
He's good, dude. When was the last time you saw him?
Oh my gosh. Probably the last time we did a show together.
I saw him in 13 or 14. I think it was 14.
Right.
But this is the worst Nitro Girl outfit yet.
Yeah, I don't like this at all.
It's like they're trying. This is like something you would see at a Christmas pageant or something.
Right.
No, we're in South Carolina in August.
Yeah. But the fact is that Spice right there in the front looks good in anything.
Dude, why are you obsessed with her? We got to make this happen.
Because we were actually we were very friendly.
Really?
No, don't go.
Well, you were asking earlier how much his air she had on her pizzussy. So I was like, well, okay. By the way,
well, I don't know how much his air she had on her pizzussy because I never did Chizek. But I would have if she would have lived at me.
Well, this Fizzine's out. I'm trying to, oh wow, I just found her. That did not take long.
Yeah. No, she's a good person. She really is good person.
Oh my God. Listen to you.
And when I saw her at when I was at WrestleCon during the WrestleMania weekend, and I saw her at the Nitro Girls table, I immediately went over and put my arms around her and told her how much I loved her, which is probably a creepy thing to do, but that's how I am.
Oh, so, so you've seen her recently?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Wow.
She still looks great, man. She was always, she was like really athletic. I mean, all the girls were very beautiful, voluptuous, but she was athletic, and that's what I liked. Speaking of athletic, take a look at this guy. You're talking about a guy that I look forward to talking to.
Yeah, it's going to go down, tomorrow on, 2 days from now.
Right.
This Friday, Dean Malenko sits down to tell his story with Tony Schiavone, and Dean's got quite the story to tell. I think that Dean Malenko is one of those guys who is a little bit like Arn Anderson in that he's funny. He knows how to tell a story. He's been around the business forever, but he has so much respect for the business that he's always really played everything close to the vest. I think he just did his first shoot interview ever. He normally doesn't do, sort of on stage panel discussions and things like that. And he's never written a book, and he doesn't do social media at all. But this is a guy who started working in the territories in '79, a multi-generation wrestler. Of course, his dad, a famous wrestler in his own right, Boris Malenko. And he starts out as a referee in Tampa and even works briefly as a referee for the WWF. And I think that probably is news to some folks. And then he pops up in ECW is really his first big sort of mainstream American situation in '94. And he's a part of the triple threat with Shane Douglas, but his feud with Eddie Guerrero and those series of matches really helped put him on the map. And just a year later, he winds up in WCW and has a heck of a run there until he jumped ship to the WWE. And then when he backs it down and decides to go ahead and retire, he's been backstage with the WWE for a long time. And that all finally came to an end in April of this year. And gosh, I think less than a month later, he was announced as being part of AEW, and roll tide, man.
I'm very interested to talk to him, not only about his career, but his father's career. And because I knew of Professor Boris Malenko more later in his career when he was a manager, but he was really, really, really cool. And I look forward to that. And Malenko was in many ways, and as we're seeing right here, everything he did was so snug and just like a Eddie Guerrero. And that's why he and Eddie had such a great run, I'm sure, because everything they did looked real. That's because a lot of the shit they did was real, but
I think a lot of people may not remember that Dean has a brother, Joe, who actually worked a little bit with ECW back in the day. And I think he was involved briefly in the Jericho angle in WCW. And I think now he's out of the business, but Dean Malenko, man, a guy that not a lot of people know a lot about, but very, very well respected. I think he was rated the number one wrestler in the world back in 1997 in Pro Wrestling Illustrated, which is a great honor, and won Technical Wrestler of the Year in the Observer in 96 and 97, Feud of the Year in 95. Honored to be in the Hardcore Hall of Fame. Lots of gold picked up along the way, light heavyweight championship in the WWF, and tag titles and cruiserweights and US and WCW. And I think we mentioned tag title and TV champ for ECW. So everywhere he went, he picked up some gold, and he did it when a lot of other people may have thought that was not in the cards for him, because he wasn't, especially in that era. You got to think, when you're starting wrestling in 79 and you're going to go through all of the 80s, people wanted monsters, and that was not him, man. But he made it work.
I don't even need to do my research now. Thank you very much for all of that.
You just did it all, man. And that's the thing too. Like, I encourage anybody who's like, I think his best storyline work was probably with Jericho in 98, but
right,
the matches that really stood out to me the most are his feud with Eddie Guerrero in ECW, and then his feud with Rey Mysterio in WCW. Like, his stuff in the fall of 96, like, go watch Halloween Havoc 96 with Dean Malenko and Rey Mysterio, man. Those motherfuckers just wore it out, and everything he did looked authentic. It looked legitimate. It looked like a real athletic competition. Hey, we're seeing a promo here for the old 6 shirts. So it's got the NWO logo on the front, and it's got a 6-ball like from billiards or pool on the back.
That was a cool shirt, man.
It was a cool shirt.
WWE still sell them?
No. They still sell NWO shirts, and
yeah.
I mean, the guy, Kevin Nash, is still making well into the 6 figures just on royalties. All these years later from those shirts. So something.
Now this is a much better look from the Nitro Girls, don't you think? Than the red that we saw them on. There's our girl, Spice. And Fire, Terry Byrne, great kid. I was in a number of limo rides with Nitro Girls.
And?
We got to know each other.
And?
I left those limo rides with a very different perspective on the Nitro Girls.
How so?
Well, I mean, they're beautiful and they're great to look at and they're great dancers, but a lot of them were very intelligent, fun-loving, great conversationalists, great kids to be around. Took a number of limo rides with them. We were doing like appearances, things like that.
Okay.
One was in Greenville, South Carolina. And of course, as the story goes, and it's true that I did spend a lot of time back in makeup, just hanging out with the girls. And don't read look at that fucking sign. Don't read too much into that. But I did. And I got to know the girls.
Okay.
I was just a friendly guy. I mean, I was a friendly guy.
All right.
And I told you, I've told you the story before, and I'll tell it again.
Please do.
Okay. When I was in high school, my best friend was a girl. Platonic. No sex, nothing. My best friend was a girl. And I've always been able to connect with women in a non-sexual way.
All right.
That's why I enjoyed working at Starbucks so much, because I would work in there with like 4 or 5 girls aged 23 to 25, and I got along with them.
All right.
Where am I going with this? I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay.
I just thought maybe
I just wanted to address the fact that, Schiavone's an old creepy guy. No, he's not.
Well,
he's not an old creepy guy. There's nothing wrong with saying a woman is beautiful.
Well,
is there?
Yes.
There is?
You're not allowed to do that.
Oh, bullshit.
Nope.
Bullshit.
No, there'll be paperwork involved.
Okay. Well, then society is going straight to hell.
Mm-hmm.
So what should I do instead of saying women are saying, gosh, you're a beautiful woman? Should I say, hey, you're just an ugly old bitch? Should I say that?
No.
Okay.
You should not do that.
Okay. So what I'm saying is that I wanted to dispel this because I approached the Nitro Girls as equals, as people, as friends, as talking to them, and not as sexual objects.
Okay.
So, hey, so this is a pretty good matchup here, right?
All right.
Macho Man and Lex Luger. Wonder if Luger's going to give us that shitty clothesline of his. That one that we even put in the open of the fucking show. He would give that clothesline. He hit the guy on top of the head, and we put that in the entrance of Nitro. It's like, come up with something else.
But that's what he liked.
Stop it. You're making fun of me.
All right.
Yeah, you are. Stop making fun of me.
What am I doing wrong now?
Okay, so, hey, I do want to address this, that even though my life is changing, and I'm not able to say anything right now as we're taping this because, well, nothing's officially been said. Even though my life is changing, don't think for a moment that Conrad and I, our show on September 28th in Wayne, New Jersey, is going to be our last show, because it's not. So there.
Yeah, so if you can't come to this one, don't worry. There'll be plenty more.
Got to come to this one. We got to know more. Sorry.
Serious business. Let's just run through it. You got football through the end of the year. You're not going to be able to do weekend shows. We're able to do this one because it's the off week. It's the bye week.
Motherfucker. I can do Sundays.
Oh,
no,
God.
can't do Sundays.
Fuck
Not
this.
when the Jaguars are playing at home.
Thank you. You're going to have to be down. I don't know if you know, but you're supposed to be down there doing some powdering. Oh boy. Are you okay?
Doing some what?
Powdering?
Powdering. I know what I'm going to be doing down there, okay? And it doesn't involve powdering. Let's stop. You are the biggest, literally the biggest fucking instigator I have ever come across in my life.
Have you come across a lot of people, Tony?
Yes, I have. Nothing like you, though.
So you're a comer, a crosser?
Nothing like you. Oh. Hell of a match going on here now, though. How far removed is this from Luger becoming the world champion? This is like a month before, right?
No. You're way, way off. This is later the same month.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yes.
I thought it was September of 97 that he won the title. Okay.
No, it's August 9th, 1997. This is August 25th, 1997. Okay. So that was 2 weeks prior.
2 weeks prior. Okay.
Do you have a lot of AEW shirts?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I do not. I do not.
Might need to get some.
Oh, I'm sure I will need. Well, who knows? It's hard for me to sitting here with you and trying to look back at Nitro to be able to say what all I'm going to be involved with in my life for the next for the rest of my life. But I would like to say that I'm enjoying this match.
Did you just say would like to say?
Yes.
That's not going to cut it in the big leagues. You're going to have to get your shit together.
Okay.
would like to say.
I would like to say that this is a lot of star power in this match. And I would like to say.
Oh.
I would also like to say is that siren you or me? Is somebody coming down the?
No. I live on a private road.
Oh, that never stopped the police.
By the way, I'm getting a neighbor.
Oh, that's me. Oh, you getting a neighbor?
Yeah.
Really?
There's only 2 houses on my street, but they're finally building a 3rd one.
Well, that's great.
No, it's not. I've got to drive through bullshit every day.
Oh, you mean the construction?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm out. I don't like it.
Well, why don't you go over there and say, hey, you may not know me, but I'm a famous podcaster, and I'm also probably the one that is financing this building. Move somewhere fucking else.
No, the guy building it, I don't get along with.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay. I'm just stuck. I got to deal with this shit. It's sort of like a Lex Luger main event, you know?
Yes, I know what you're saying.
You're just fucking stuck with it.
It's stuck with it. But you know, the Macho Man could have a match with anybody.
Can he really?
Well, not now. He's dead. But
I was going to say, it's probably tough these days.
Yeah. He and Silver King are probably having a match somewhere.
Why are you doing that?
Well, I'm just trying to think on my feet here.
You should not be mean.
Okay, I'm not mean. I'm not being mean at all. Okay. He and Roddy Piper could team up now. Sleeper, he's got him. Luger trying to pretend he's going out. Oh no, he's not going out. Look how strong he is, Conrad. Shaking those arms. Ooh, ready to go. Gonna pick him up, belly to back suplex. And I'm not so sure the fans really give a shit. There is no, as Dave Meltzer would say, not much heat in this match. Would you agree?
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. It's not really, I wouldn't say it's a bad match, and they have a lot of star power. You know, their names mean a lot, but I don't know. It's just sort of there for me, especially after the realism of that Arn Anderson promo, which was just something else, man.
That is one of it's probably something you probably should have ended the show with.
Well, you got to appreciate it's Eric Bischoff with the book. Eric Bischoff thinks that, the Horsemen are sort of lame and passe and old Southern wrestling.
Right.
And
all right. I see where you're going.
I mean, they're going to embarrass Arn Anderson with the spoof, and nobody sees a problem with that. And, that's really what sucks about the whole thing is the last time we saw Kevin Nash on this show, he's threatening to swing a belt at a bird.
Yeah.
But then, Arn Anderson comes out and cuts a heartfelt promo and it's killer. And we sort of mock that. And, I don't know. I mean, I guess it is what it is, but that's just not what they were doing. That's all.
Fans were really into the, Luger racking, Macho Man.
Oh yeah. The rack gets over. And that's the thing is like, even if you're like not a big Luger fan, the rack is over.
Sure. And so is our show.
Well, Tony.
Mm-hmm.
I look at my clock.
What do you see?
I feel like it's about that time.
It is, Conrad, and I'd like to say that I'm so glad that Wednesdays on What Happened When, this is my spot. Absolutely my spot. And I'd also like to say that what I did today was juvenile.
That's right. It was juvenile. And I promise that, well, I guess I'm going to do it again next week. So be sure to back that ass up. And I'm Tony Schiavone, correct, for Conrad Thompson. As I do would, we are desperately out of time. The tape machines are rolling. We'll see you next week on What Happened When, right here as well as on
Patron. And by the way, it's not do wood, it's sling that wood.
Oh, sling that wood.